Aloha mai kako, a Kamomati Curtain Call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. The fifth production of the Common Ground Festival took place this past Friday and Saturday at the A'ali'i Kuhunoa Creative Arts Center on the campus of Seabury Hall in Makawao. This project is the brainchild of Seabury's performing arts director, David Ward. The festival is a collective of Maui's youth-based movement arts programs in concert with the Seabury dance programs. This year, Halau, Ke Kuoa Kai Ia Au Iliahi, Evolution Dance Academy, and Momentum Dance Maui were represented. I presume because Alexander Academy is doing their annual Nutcracker next week, they were unable to participate. The program consisted of 19 dances done over a short 2 hours, highlighting the present and future of dance at Seabury and presenting two exciting companies. Highlights for me were the lovely lyrical opening hula, La'e Kawai, choreographed by Kumu Haunani and Li'ihai Paradis, and performed by Jasmine Gorman. The Seabury Hall Dance Ensemble then took the stage for David Ward's The Village Suite Part 1 Morning, done to First Rain Cry of Faith by Otmar Liebert. The 4.5-minute work starts off with sound of dripping rain, and then Mr. Liebert's guitar begins. It's a simple melody that Mr. Ward created a beautiful classic demi-point dance done superbly by the ensemble. When Kalani Salzer starred in the musical Matilda 4 years ago for Maui on Stage, I said, quote, "Someone has to do Annie and cast Miss Salzer in the lead. She is perfect, and I would love to hear her do Tomorrow." Well, it seems Marcia Kelly, the drama and speech instructor at Seabury, is about to fulfill my wish. The middle school musical theater class are doing Annie Jr. in January, and Ms. Salzer will be playing Annie. They gave us a rousing preview of that upcoming show by performing Hard Knock, and Andre Morissette's choreography was show-stopping. I cannot wait for this show. The Massive Evolution crew took the stage for Tito Reyes' hip-hop number featuring 3 different crews. The crew program seeks to give youth hip-hop dancers an opportunity to explore artistic curiosities through movement, creativity, and collaboration. I would say they succeeded nicely. Ms. Salzer is not only an outstanding musical comedy star, she is also an innovative choreographer. Her piece Between Music and Dance, done to Intro by XX, was exciting, percussive, and demonstrated a high degree of creativity. Besides Ms. Salzer, the dancers included her sister, Giannina, Ai Ohira, and Pasha St. Cyr. I look forward to her future work. Student choreographers seem to be in abundance at Seabury. Elizabeth Jenkins and Ada Lee choreographed a pas de deux to Dean Lewis's Waves. It was an exhilarating work that featured some fine partnering. The second act opened with Vanessa Cerrito, Seabury's ballet instructor, introducing the next segment of ballets. Seabury Hall's Ballet 4 and 5 performed Tchaikovsky's Serenade dance to George Balanchine's first choreography for the New York City Ballet in 1948. It still looks contemporary. The dance opened with arm movements. Performed on demi-point, the students acquitted themselves splendidly. Next, the Ballet 1 and 2 did the Tarantella, which Ms. Cerrito staged and dedicated to Papa Joe, 1947-2022. The dancers had tambourines and coordinated them perfectly with the Conca de Oro played by Aiello and his orchestra. Ballet 3 took the stage and also performed on demi-point the Waltz of the Hours from Act 3 of Leo Delibes' Coppelia. Originally choreographed by Arthur St. Leon, it was staged by Ms. Cerrito. This is a glorious work. Mr. Delibes' music is so perfect for ballet, and the section where the music takes off caused the dancers too. Another notable student choreographic piece was done by Leela Sagarin and Phoebe Golding to Ludovico Einaudí's minimalist work Experience. The work demonstrated the creator's understanding of this piece that you would not expect a young person to be familiar with, let alone find marvelous movement inspiration from. The high point of the night for me was Momentum Dance Maui's interpretation of Queen's Another One Bites the Dust. Choreographed by Alana Anderson, the company demonstrated great symmetry and snap. I love the collective kick when Freddie Mercury slaps his pants. Excellent, exciting company work. The final work of the night was Mr. Ward's tribute to Horace Silver, featuring the 13-member Seabury Hall Dance Ensemble, costumed like dancers from the musical Chicago. The music was Mr. Silver's Doodlin', performed by Dee Dee Bridgewater. I applaud Mr. Ward for exposing these young people to the best of American classical music, jazz. Mr. Silver was one of its finest exponents. The choreography was Fosse-esque. One of the things that really excited me about this show was the boys. There are some boys coming up in the Seabury Dance program, and both Momentum and Evolution have boys as well. Hooray! Dance is not a single-gender activity. This is a marvelous idea, and Common Ground always presents outstanding work. It would be great if they could get MAPPA and Alexandra Academy to join in the festivities in the future. The Maui Pops kicked off their 23-24 season with, according to Pops president Bob Rowland, the highest grossing house in their 20-year history. Standing room only for the Holiday Pops, featuring 3-time Grammy Award winner Maui's own Kalani Pea with his duet partner Nalei Pokipala and stunning chicken skin hula from Halau Akau Hanau Lehua. It was a great show from start to finish. Jim Durham has become somewhat of a fashion icon, known for his spectacular jackets, but this one, which came from China, broke the mold. They opened the show with Leroy Anderson's A Christmas Festival. It was a medley of some of the greatest Christmas hits, including a fanfare, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, an anthem-like treatment of O Come All Ye Faithful, done like the Stars and Stripes Forever. Later in the program, they actually performed Jingle Bells Forever, arranged by R.W. Smith, as if John Philip Sousa had written it. Since it was the 4th day of Hanukkah, the Pops performed Hanukkah Festival Overture that featured a lovely solo by the orchestra's concertmaster, Rona Londrigan. Kalani Pea is a great singer and composer with an extraordinary ability to affect an audience emotionally. He started his set with his original composition, Wrapped in a Bow. Then he did a glorious version of White Christmas with the halau motionless for the first phrase of the song, and then they went into movement and the audience loved it. Mr. Pea then decided to flip the printed order of the program, and it was a great decision, because as good as his little drummer boy was, nothing could possibly follow the tear-inducing silent night he presented with the halau, Looking for All the World Like Angels. The second half of the program was listed as a classical corner maestro's choice. Of course, what else could they do but works from Handel's Messiah? They performed the overture, the pastoral, and the Hallelujah chorus. It was definitely the symphonic highlight of the show. Mr. Pea performed one of the most sensitive and glorious renditions of O Holy Night I have ever heard. Mr. Pea deviated from the printed program again when he dedicated the famous anthem from Les Miserables, Bring Him Home, to the displaced persons here on Maui. It was another magnificent moment in a performance filled with them. All of Mr. Pea's arrangements were done by Dwayne Padilla. For his Hana Ho, he did Jingle Bell Rock as a sing-along. It was the perfect end to a fantastically entertaining show. This was about as good as it gets from beginning to end, and the rest of their season looks equally exciting. Look out for Disney Pops in January, Broadway Pops in February, and they close out the season with Spring Pops in March. This will be a trip into the roaring 20s. I am looking forward to it with great anticipation. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo for joining in. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Meli kaliki maka and hau'oli makahiki ho. Ahui ho.